Sambo kwa ene masa aba bedru eye Hindu Vidya Mission aha ena mewo nyansa TV ebese e paadi ni hunti ena ye nante ebisa enkomo a fa sunsum na so tenye mase iba bebre ni sunsum se mo e dada nipa ebia na de wo nya brisa wo kasa ba wo business it's fine but means me business ni say niema ho kire wo sunsum na so wo kire abrabo mu a o prekoyo he no sanse oni ni o ho nti no wo frustration mu anybody will take advantage of you and mess you up. It is a me fair not to know say you man me the right people entrance system ni mona amount for what do introduce me I'm doing this nation a good service. It is shall say yes some papa. You try more ba ye de komana ehye so. Eba Hindu sumu a bisa say eba afi ewi ya say dem go for 31st night no. Are there rituals I was say utimi ye now they prepare home for the coming year. And I say they see any day as an ordinary day and as a special day. Auspicious days almost someone now. How special are these days to them? I fear no share. Rituals be obechere yen nienye na kwan bi ma ya na eno enti ne aboma lutu number na na se kwakuta ni edi ana e basisia. Sorry, Baba.
Yeah.
Bibia woko de.
Me adum bibia.
Say the only one pie. Afia no hia azania shankomanati.
Okay. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
That's Yeninkomo.
Yes.
End of year, auspicious day, Hindu Fukuta. Ghana, mission was in Kwadi, when you say a do end of year.
Yes.
Among for the Christmas, so among for the New Year. A for ba. A ba few years are a bamusumwa. Catch the what are the special days I'm war? And then near my pain, and I was in passion so. Rituals being yet, then I'm feeling better and for my.
Okay, Medasi, medical chair, Nyansa TV, Ebusia, Konina. In Hinduism, Yebano Yakase, Afine Konewi ya. In actual fact, no, the calendar now that we are using from January to December, no, it is called Gregorian calendar.
Okay.
And it is basically from the Western world, Europe and American idea.
Calendar, Gregorian calendar.
Yes, Greek calendar. I brought phone no more. And this is make us say acquire general and I say popular. Obia almost every part of the world no be use.
Okay.
But in Hinduism, no, we have a calendar.
Okay.
Yefano Vikram Samvat. Now the first month is called Chaitra. Chaitra. Started was somewhere April. This year, no.
The 1st April?
No, not 1st April. This year, no. The first day of the first month, no, was at 30th March. So this year, 30th March was the first day of the year, which is Chaitra month, no.
New Year.
That is, yes. And you know, it goes. We have a way of calculating.
Say no calculate. Is it according to the moon cycles in the
Is that either one method is using the moon and the method is using the sun.
Okay.
And you know, that is only for astronomy. Okay. It's you know, there's a way when we have 27 stars, and at 27 stars, you know, plus each maybe so pada. That is a pada basically means like a seat, maybe or war. Into these 27 stars, you know, and the movement of the planets and then the moon, and the position of the sun, all these factors, you know, and they calculate this pattern. It's a big topic. Into maybe another time, you know, I was saying, make some diagrams. Okay. Maybe in our subsequent videos, I will explain these calculations. See, from with this calendar, and yenya Hindu auspicious dates. Okay. And as I say, festival dates. From Chaitra, say yen use Gregorian calendar because it's popular. And from January to December, say about normal calendar now, there are almost every month you find at least two auspicious dates within every month according to Hinduism. Obia per se, or anything auspicious, sadhana. Sadhana means spiritual practice. Any kind of spiritual practice can be done at that time, but every day, and so auspicious. Now, because every day auspicious, the counting of the days, any idea no? From Nyankopon standpoint, days does not exist. But in standpoint, we are counting days. And from the higher spiritual standpoint, these days does not matter. Okay. But from Yenimpa, our processes are me those kind of things, and these days matter. Okay. And certain days, certain timings, because we have something called Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta, Brahma means God. It's a God. Muhurta means time, timing. You see, God's time starts around 4 a.m., between 4 a.m. and then it's about 40 minutes to 60 minutes interval. You see, normally we say 4 to 5. This is the time that is best for especially meditation. You know, your muhurta, this calendar now make muhurta, pada, all those kind of things are there. Until within the year, say you saw Western calendar to explain from next year around January 15th, January 15th, is called Makara Sankranti. It is a day Obi a person start anything new business, or person to coin anything new. A day sikam for so no. The person between me, aye, by bonus rituals during that day, or during that time and no, or between me, aye. It is Senipanian on the right with the right process and then everything. Yeah, the person is assured. It's next year we are going to do some of these rituals here. Wow. 15th January. January 15th. Okay. That is called Makara Sankranti. Okay. Then we have festivals and so auspicious time and so Mahashivratri. Yawo Ramanawami, Hanuman Jayanti, Krishna Janmashtami. And yawo Shankaracharya Jayanti, Navaratri. These are major festivals. And there were other festivals so across from January to December. And now this year, because we are also still going along with in spiritual things, because of Maya, an illusion that the year is coming to an end. No year doesn't come to an end, no year begins in actual fact. The year, no year that comes to an end. See, we started counting years. Year. God doesn't count any year, any days, nothing. So, with this in mind that the year is going to an end because of your activities, now we are going to start another no. So there is the need to usher yourself into the next year with proper mindset. With let me use the normal term people are using, the proper energy, with a new enthusiasm, any idea, so that the year ahead, and that is 2026, would be prosperous and also better for Obia. Okay. And in Hindu Vidya Mission, starting from 31st morning, we have laid down series of programs. Okay. When we sat and I told them that this year was something else, and next year we have to push everybody into opportunities, favors, then we have to make sure that those who approach it with the right method will get it. Okay. In the morning of 31st, we have something called Ganapati Homa. Ganapati is one of the Hindu deities, normally called the remover of obstacles. Okay. Any obstacle biara from 2025, bibi animpanaye ebe push naba into 2026. Ena nya eden nimpanusne nima unim ebe stumbling blocks in 2026. We are removing it on the 31st in the morning.
Wow, rituals.
Yes, on the 31st in the morning.
You be gare, you be part of the big
ye njari obia.
Ayebede.
Ewa, ye fe bibi hawan anasa homa, fire sacrifice. Oh. Fire sacrifice you use some specific India, like particularly mango. Mango tree. And another special 7 sticks from 7 different plants. And maybe so plus oil from ghee made from cow milk. Yes, and other grains here yedi plus some plant herbs, be roots and barks and leaves near there mixing. And of course coconut, and so ekaho. Of course, coconut is a dried one. And also ekaho. Okay. So we sir, and you may with the mantras involved, that is the prayers, because in the Hindu scriptures, Ganapati Atharvasheshan says that anybody who worships God in this particular form, in a proper manner, any bad offense, or let me use the word sin, any sin that is committed in the day gets removed in the night. Any sin that is committed in the night gets removed in the day. Any sin that is committed in the previous year gets removed in the coming year. So you better say that every person that is available at that time say nimpano ontimi mbompo. But I have to say this: the materials need by rituals, obviously it is not for free. We don't make them. We have to acquire them. And anybody who wants to contribute to it, like here, almost everything is based on contribution. So that no, but it is based on contribution.
So how do you contribute to support them?
Yes, the person should call the contact that is on the screen. Yes. Yes, the penny can make the contribution. No, so on to me mbanswa or fra whatever contribution or the beman or the man, you will take the person's name. And for certain details, during the rituals that these people are making contributions towards the Sankarpa. During the ritual, Sankarpa means just so many meanings. One meaning is intention, another meaning is your wish, another meaning is your desire. Into the rituals now, then why are you performing it? Into that time, during the time of Sankarpa, into Drew was here, rituals here, you catch your beer say, Ubia Bibia or Peno on Kano at that time. Of course, you chant mantra na Bibia womb. Yes, Bibia, no, the person will not have any other thing to say. Because everything is inside. Exactly. At that time, we are. Then we will do some activities. That is, because in Hinduism, everything is all about learning. Even with the rituals, we teach in Kola Biblia Chomo. To something be bit me abaha, no makacha Kolabi, so rituals in the mano. But the person should not feel offended. Say, so I'm not but yeah, you're training no. Into a bit me, it's all about learning. Then around 4 p.m., now we have removed obstacles and problems in area. Around 4 p.m., we will do what is called a Devi Homa. Devi Homa, no, and you see the same fire sacrifice, but a different kind than the morning one, no. A different kind. Because some of the members may be students, so they will need clear understanding, sharp intellect. So part of it will be based on those who are studying. Then another part will be based on giving energy, because obi wa school and also was cancelled but that enthusiasm in ho. So you bear rituals then you bear obia bet me that freedom to operate with full energy. Then the third part will take in terms of wealth. How this person, the little effort that the person puts should get the desired results. And also it will take on prosperity, wealth. We are seeing sikani. Then another part to take on health. Another part to take on long life. You may have long life, but no one pomadi. But when you long life. So these 5, from between 4 and 6 p.m. These 5 different aspects we are yeni na bomba. Then we are SWAMI SHANKARANANDA. Last time you can't have on Obama talk. I also give a talk. Then throughout the night, we'll be singing.
15th to 16th.
No, 31st.
31st. As in
For January, they are next year.
Yeah, next year.
But what I'm speaking on 31st December. So throughout the night, SWAMI will give his talk. I will give teachings. Then after our teachings, each session will be open for questions and answers. Question will be maybe sir. Then from 9 p.m. up to 12, it will fully be given to singing. It's able to talk Hindu songs. And then able to 12 a.m. At 12 a.m. That is when I be called Maha Arti, the big Arti. The light, a special then everybody will take up this fire energy onto himself. You best set it up. You best set it up. You worshiping via with Janu who everybody will come around. Janu. No ababa aye. Then you break it from 4 a.m. we will do meditation. This meditation will be a different kind of meditation. Then at 5 a.m. we start another kind of rituals also. Anopano. That is 1st January. This one is assurance of in everywhere, baby, and you pandinan be see ordinary be everywhere, the presence of God will be there for the person.
The person will go ahead of him.
So the presence, God will be ahead of the person. Say baby ordinary beto, ninsa ninan be see baby no nkopon be do hodada. Ayesa baby amano.
So apart from these rituals, there's a more special days more day Juman Kasa Elm perform. I think no be my infa NOV to Jenny the special trainer will be bad as because I'm a member of this Hindu worshipper. What are the practices? I said the tradition teams are more. Among whom Hindu was some. So I just want you to take your time and let us know with the little background. May Bass have a very
okay. Mr. Tefri, will last question. I hire some Yamiwaha. Bibia, some young coupon. Na say yeti Yankopon asia, and I say nim what God really is. And can yenka say we sum nyame we nsum nyame.
Okay.
Because the moment we beka say we mu omo nsum nyame no, it means that nia wo sum mpon Yankopon. I will give an example from my experience. Obi to me say, oh, na Muslims they worship Allah, they don't worship God. Hindus worship Shiva or worship Krishna, they don't worship God. The moment anybody who makes this statement, it means that Onwangasa they all worship is not absolute God. Meaning that on different kinds of beings are on our worship a co, and another person also worship a different one. Okay. But on the person will claim say on the original. But you say beyond your scripture no. What else does the person know? Beyond another dia no. And Ibe said almost every religion in this world has a time of something by. Almost every religion. Apart from Hinduism and African tradition, there's no timer something starting. And if I'm going ahead, every traditional system has no time of origin. No, a person of origin. Because the moment a religion is from a person, it means that before the person arrived, that religion did not exist. It is a Christianity. Christianity is from those who follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. So before Jesus Christ came on, Christianity did not exist. Okay. So is every religion in the world, Islam, Judaism, and all of them before. And to be so say before that time, what were people doing? And to know say you can Yankopon kasa. I'm using an Akan language. Yankopon is even limited. Say can Yankopon mean that Yankwa upon like the biggest friend, mean that it is a relationship. It is a relationship. And I can be to say Nyame. Nyame means Lord. Nyame in English means Lord. It's Lord over what or Lord of what. So it means that Nyame is also a jurisdictional being. So beyond that jurisdiction, he's limited. Okay. But I can say, children is relationship because idea. So all trees may fall down, but you with God as the biggest tree you can lean on before that now also before. So it is based on relationship. But you can say okokrokwa. What can you describe?
So many things.
Okokroko means something huge that every description fit inside and still doesn't fail. Okokroko is mean that absolute being there's no description so we use okokroko. Apart from the word okokroko, any other account will be used to describe the absolute God is limited. You can describe it, but okokroko you can't describe. The same thing when you come to Hinduism, we have the absolute God and the absolute truth. It is called Brahman. Brahman means something that is huge, but but something that because it exists, you and me exist. Because it is knowledge, you and me can know. Because it is consciousness, we can know and then be conscious of being things. Because it is power, not it is powerful. Because it is power, we have powers. Powerful means that it gained the power from somewhere. But the absolute God is the power, the source. So because absolute God is the source of all these things, you know, all these also exist. Say, yet this asiem kwadia, obia soma omono is worshipping the same absolute God. And now, say, can't God, last in our video, I explained using government, the example. So, government, because we don't see, that is the absolute God. But the one who manifests to you, so I have seen God, that is not the absolute, it's just a manifest, a part of that you are seeing. In Hindus, yesum nyankopon, yesum the absolute truth, but not because we are not Christians. So absolutely, you don't expect us to be worshipping like Christians do. The same way Christians are not Hindus, so we don't expect Christians to be worshipping like Christians worship.
So you're going to from the background now, the MIA,
Let's understand your question first. Nyame ben means that the one you are trying to say that question will be said, let's say another Hindu, let me say you are a Christian or a Muslim, and you are asking me this question that Nyame ben means that the one you are worshipping is not the absolute God.
Okay.
And you are expecting that the one I'm also worshipping, not that the one I'm worshipping is not the absolute God, though. You are expecting that the one I'm worshipping is not the absolute God. So that's why you are asking me, Nyame ben na mesuman.
I'm assuming.
You are assuming, because the one you have is limited. Otherwise, you will not ask this question. If it is the absolute God, you will understand that I am also worshipping the same absolute God. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a saying, Lord Krishna put it clearly, that every person, every being, in whichever way, in whichever form, awesome, I accept that. And I manifest in that way to the person.
Okay, so it means that God is not to be personified. Say this is a figure of God, but then it is found in every bit of everything He has created, right? Is that how you put it?
Yes, your question is interesting. Your question is 2 in 1. Like Hindus, we don't feel shy to put an image and then worship. Okay. That is personal, because before you can communicate with God, you must personalize your relationship with God. Exactly. That's the only way. Apart from that, you cannot. There's another meaning also. Those who, if you want, God is a spirit. If you want to worship God, worship in spirit and in truth. That is from another standpoint. But that particular verse now, the whole world population, I can tell that only about 100 people can do that. The rest need relationship. Exactly. Whichever religion will be, you need relationship. And in that relationship, if the relationship is sincere, Nyankopon manifests in which. And see, there are so many people we call the sages, another the highly evolved people in the past. In different forms, because they are individual people, different people, and God manifested in them in different forms. Exactly. I will explain this. Let's say in a Sunday church, there are 100 people in the church. There are equally 100 gods in the church. But all of them are worshiping one God. But there are 100 gods in the church. Because the next person, they are not there because of this, for the same purpose. Obi pe kunu. Obi enya warano opi aware papa. Obi pe juma. Obi enya juma opi akotentum. Obi enya akotentum opi promotion. Obi afina opi juma no. Obi nso afina opi zonya admission. Obi pe akwentu. Obi pe ayaresa. Obi pe bambo. Into the 100 people there, no, they are not there for the same purpose. And so they see God and experience God differently.
Okay. So God is to be experienced, not to be
God,
worshipped.
through experience, you worship God. Through the experience, you are worshiping God. Or through the worshiping, you experience God.
Okay.
But all this is yet we will say, but based on our emotions and then what the desire and wishes, we are approaching God in different ways. Now, based on your question, you also said that, like God, I see God creation. Now, you share it from this perspective that whether even creation, as we are calling it, is there or not. Before what we call creation, because the word creation, it means that you need something away from you, raw materials, to create something. So before what we call creation came, every religion believes that or accepts the fact that God existed. True. Now, if for the purpose of your audience, most people are familiar with the Bible verse, that in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. The world was without form and then void. And there was darkness upon the deep. And the water was full. It was filled with water. And the Spirit of God moved upon the deep, or the surface of the deep. Who created the deep and the water for the Spirit of God to come and move? God. Who created it? God. So before this creation came, what existed? Before, what existed? I'm using my words carefully. I didn't say who existed. What existed? So the simple answer will say it is God. Existed before creation, because He is the first. Now, if creation, God is the one who created that, how, when, and where, and with what God created the world, the universe? So if Nyankopon kofa any material from somewhere to create the world, another God created that. So this God we are talking is not the absolute God. Okay. If another God, he picked materials from somewhere. But in the spirituality, if you come to learn it properly, you come to realize that this whole world, is a projection. Not creation. Okay. It's a projection. In one say that it's in the mind of God. Another one says it's inside God. Even the highest one I'm say that even maybe God Himself does not know the world exists. But then for that, my last statement is so much high. When with time we'll go to that one and explain. Now, in creation, normal term creation. So, God has created this, everything. So, what really exists? Is God itself. Okay. Bibia is God itself. Idia, Boba, Nyimpa, Insu, everything is God itself. But in different degrees of manifestations. Vibrations different. Different. That is why in our previous video, we use government. Government exists in every corner of the country. But when government appointments, to you, you may see that the Minister of Education's power is bigger than the Minister of Roads and Transport. Okay. The Minister of Health's job may be important to somebody than the Minister of Youth and Sports. But all of these are different manifestations of powers in the country. So every corner you will have the presence of government there. as maybe unit committee or the assemblyman.
Yeah.
So the power of assemblyman is limited to its area. The power of assemblyman is limited to its assembly, electoral area, then to the assembly, then to the district, then to the municipal member, up to the member of parliament, and then to the constituency, to the region, then the whole country.
Okay.
Nti Nyankopon as the absolute God, you know, everything that exists is Nyankopon ankasa.
Wow.
We have a term called Kutasta, like the base. Without God, nothing else can exist. And yet, when we say creation, it is not like God has created the world somewhere and he's sitting somewhere waiting to judge. Because the world is alive. The world is alive. Now, let me come to another point. So, as an individual being, you as a being, no, some people think that the moment you say that, when somebody made this comment in front of me, and I said that, what do you mean by that? That God is within me. Because you are thinking of this physical body, that this is you.
Okay.
You are thinking that this is you.
But no, it's not you.
But this is not, this is food. This is food that you have eaten. But what is inside, that is God, the absolute God, that is in you. And you are not your mind. The Nyankopon no enema adwene so ye adwuma. And because adwene ye adwuma, the body is also functioning. So the body cannot function without the mind. Of course, there are some other components, 5 pranas, and only so many other factors. So when we look at creation, in Hinduism, different aspects are there for explaining. One from the standpoint of the person, like Minuayetehe. Another one from the standpoint of the absolute. It is yes, from Nyankopon absolute, nothing exists. Only He exists. But yes, from me, I mean, our standpoint, God exists. Because we think we are separate. So we need God. The moment you think you are separate, you need God, then God exists for you to worship. But from the standpoint of Nyankopon ankasa no, He alone exists.
So with this breakdown, I could see that white, a vibrating white.
Yes.
He's within or
no. It's within or no ankasa na body awabo. Everything be once as it should be. But it is in various degrees.
So Shannon, idea bakwa maka once a much pious idea. Say Yami, I will not be a boy. I say this thing normally. People don't get it. Even when I put a bottle, I could turn and Kasaka. God is inside that moment. God is in that bottle for a particular function. That is why it's called a bottle. The bottle is not confined on Messiah and on the back of the barrier to come back again. That is the beauty of God. New things, new life every day. I'm trying to this here. If so, then I will ask you this. You're going to say Nyamea Hindi for someone. These are the basis. The other thing in your Mapiki, Brahman, Krishna, why? Now do Messiah. Namokade, where Mutiana, maybe to say when
yes.
Maybe so na Mosum no,
yes.
Be Nandi, no,
yes.
Nanta sister, no, quite a number of figures in Jinahoma. So why do you, if God is in everything, and I would you also know?
Yes. Yes, because God is in everything.
Then it is a light to us, for our light is in there. Then I saw a particular figure, so on BC or something.
Yes, yes. The reason is this. That is why I make us say, God manifests. And there are people in the past and present also. If like in the Bible, Jesus said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall what? See God." So there are people who are pure in heart and they have seen God, and people still seeing God. Still, people are seeing God. Now, in God manifesting to somebody, no, or manifest in certain forms.
Okay.
In certain forms, based on what the person wants, another the desire, wish, ewonimu, now God will manifest. Now in Hinduism, no, when we speak of Krishna, Rama, these are God. We call it avatars. Avatar means from the descending. God descending, not from sky and we see hope, Kim, but descending. So through from like birth, these the scriptures are the Ramayana and then Srimad Bhagavatam and then from the other Puranas are there, or describe about birth, but it is not birth as the ordinary human being giving birth.
Okay.
So these two came. There was another one called Hanuman. They all came, walked this earth. But their flesh and skin is not like you and mine.
Okay.
Theirs was different kind.
Could we describe that as demon?
No. It was like subtle. You could touch it all right, but it is not like yin DB. They came, that is popularly called Lord Ram and then Lord Krishna, then Hanuman. Then we have another forms of worship called Shiva, and then Ganesh.
Okay.
And then we have Kartikeya, then the female aspect also, from Saraswati, Lakshmi, Parvati, with so many other forms also. In Hinduism, basically we have 33 gods, but 3 gods. Basically just 3 gods.
You can't say 3 million demigods.
See, the word demigod is not Hindutan.
Is what? Which among the Indian you use those words?
It doesn't exist. Any person who claims to be a Hindu and using demigod does not understand Hinduism.
Okay.
Because when we say demigod is a Greek, it's from Europe. It's a Greek thing. They have demigod in their system. A demigod, dictionary. A demigod is an offspring of a god and a human being. She calls a demigod. A kwala sunsumbi anasa tumibi edani nuhu nimpa ni nimpa be ware ano eba no na yefa no demigod. But obia betimi agugo dictionary o ha obia nhwem demigod, it is there. It does not exist in Hinduism, or the proper word Sanatana Dharma does not exist there. And I'm saying it again, any person who does not understand it, of course, somebody may write a commentary and may use the word demigod, but it is not so, it is not true.
Wow.
And you were the absolute reality, the absolute truth, which is formless. Now, I will say this because in Hinduism, higher spiritual teachings, says that you can only describe God. So nobody can describe God. The moment you try to describe God, you are limiting God.
Why?
Because every description, in the beginning, everything fits in, but does not completely, it even disappears in it. Into your 5 ways you can describe something.
Okay.
One is by species or by kind, which is called jati. We cannot have a species of gods to describe them. You cannot have that God belong to a particular species, a particular kind, so you can describe. The absolute God does not belong to any class to be described.
Wow. I saw something in India. because Trivandrum, I told them, maybe we are McCoy. I visited Mahatma Gandhi Pro.
Yes.
I visited McCoy places. Even eating joints, I could eat the restaurant, the whole could eat. Everywhere I entered, there is a mukti.
Yes.
They came in the matter. Who could do what? Who go pie, be a card, muscle. And quite a number of them. I did almost all of that.
Yes.
Everywhere, every corner, there is a certain
multi-form there.
Form or
yes.
Either say Shiva there, and I say different
yes.
As you're saying, are they not serving that entity at that moment? Even here in Ghana, let me use our own Malcolm. Go to the head office. In the morning when they come to the office, there is a
they
come there, worship. Every mobile you do her about worshiping and then we're right inside. Is it not like you're the person?
No. It is the absolute God in that form. That is why we call it multi. Multi means in the image of, or so in the form of.
That image?
That's what I
can say.
That is what I can say. It is a manifestation. And they don't make mistakes. They tend to say. That is why in Hinduism. It doesn't. It will not be so. They tend to say. Spirituality deals with two things: disciple and master relationship.
Okay.
Every serious spirituality deals with this. So the master or describe God Achirawa will describe the form of God. But what I say, Achirawa. And based on this form, a form is made. Because Nyankopon enye physical thing. And a human mind can only grasp physical things. So I was saying Nyankopon nankasa in his own compassion or then form echire. So that he timidly adwin esiso. Because the mind can never or does not accept emptiness. Adwin se be anywhere, adwin will not ever accept it. There must be something. So auspicious or holy manifestations are Yankopon no actually throughout from the millennia and omodi actually. Now, because we are speaking on a more Christian and then most often Islamic audience, let me use Christianity for example. Say obi ochina obi sori no say mama na say that suffer and then me who Jesus. How did the person determine that he saw Jesus?
Very good question.
How? Because the person must have seen the picture before. Photo never one. And they say, "Boy, sorry, them we hunda." Until when this being appears with beautiful face, beautiful all of this is no show, the person will say, "This is Jesus." But obia onhun da nothing. No. Even the appearance will not even come. Yep, your president, John Dramani Mahama, Mr. Minyus, we example kakra. Before now, everybody knows the president. Before his first, anybody, obia onhun Mahama da president is no because onimo no. But sometimes a obi hunu wo TV so. Na so when you president, your president on any. Now when this person goes to, let's say, Accra, now in a program, now who say somebody passing who occupied the same features as the president now, the person will say, "This is the president." It is because of the form now they are channel dada. Presconce eshenidim nadwimu. Internally, say when he sees the person physically, I said, "This is the president I saw on the television." And in the same way, in Hinduism we have multis. They are not idols.
Yeah, they say I do 33,000 demigods.
No.
And I'm the number Mukuta powers and
No. See that it is just 33. It is just 33.
3 million count.
No. People could not what do you call it? A Sanskrit line. A Sanskrit line. It is a one tiasia, no, a quote, no, say, it be 1,000, it be a million. It is just 33. Now, these 33, no, are just manifestations of one absolute God. Now, if I'm one out of 33, 11 Rudras. 11 Rudras, these are directional beings. Yankopon, Nangaswa manifestia, say, Yamine Bonframa. Nyamine Bonsio. The way that everything that is happening in the world, from distance, no, and the Hindu say there are 33 gods. Eviani kahu, Bosomone kahu, and from based on the directions, kahu, insio kahu, asasi yankasa yetusi, kahubi, and from the space, thunder. Nina, and I yet 33 no. These are 33 manifestations of that one absolute God. Yes, how does that is a manifestation of God? This, and they say 33, but and yet you say, of course, each one has different forms. She says, no, you didn't come away. Obi frau brother, obi frau papa, obi frau nyonko. Nina ye wankasa. When you go to your farm, you are a farmer. When you are cooking, you are a chef. But you are the same. And each place in your koi who are talia what the koi. In the farm, you didn't go with coat. You went with atelier de farm. It's based on activity na wo ye no. And atelier wo share. And as I say form a farmer because who could dina farmer, you will not go and be interviewing in the farm. And ukra cutlass and I say be farming tools. And then you will work. But when you come home, the same energy now will apply in the farm. No. You will not be applying the same here in the home. Into the same Nyankopon no is appearing everywhere. But there are people who have seen God in these forms, you know. And nobody actually say this is the structure of God. I will in our Hindu scriptures now I will quote about 3 of them different, and I will tell you which God they are describing. In one us in there, Oshe, he is wearing pitambar, yellow cloth, yellow, with skin as dark like the cloud, with skin as dark like the clouds, with large eyes, beautiful eyes, with flute in his hand, and then playing, enjoying in himself. This is Krishna. It is in the scripture. So somebody whom Krishna appeared to has described this. Then you have in another verse, also, he has a trunk that is curved, with large ears, with big belly, holding sweets in hand. This is Ganesh. Then in another scripture, it is saying that
Ganesh looked like a pig, right?
Elephant.
It's an elephant.
Yes, not a pig.
So I see that. Lord, then it has that nose. Okay.
Even there's a form like we call it a varaha, a bull, like a pig. It is there in Hinduism.
Okay.
This explains the evolution of consciousness. So it starts from base up to the top. And see, God has manifested in all this, we have them in Hinduism, images there. It is to describe the process of evolution. So in Hinduism, see, you see God different from how I see God. So your God is different from my God. But we are worshiping the same absolute being. The same absolute being we are all worshiping. But it's because of how you approach God is different from how I am approaching God. It is like going on a mountain top. In the Bible, there's one mountain called two names.
Mountain, one.
Mount Sinai and Mount Horeb.
Okay.
It's the same mountain.
Ah.
People from the other side call it Sinai.
Okay.
People from the other side call it Horeb. But the same mountain. So if we are going at the top of the mountain, different people will use different routes to get to the top. But the top is one place. And one thing saying there, because we have been preconceived in our mind thinking that if you put something there to worship God, it is devilish. Any obia odwin de mibia no. Me sense na adwin sa. Na adwin sa. Now, yenhwade. There's something in this country that the moment you see it, you say, this represents Ghana. Our Ghana flag, our coat of arms. These are symbols, image. Now, suppose, my brother, you travel to some place. Now our coat will be the Ghana flag. 8 years, so I will be happy. Why? You should say just a flag. Because of that ideal that Ghana, the red, yellow, green, and the black star stands for. The ideal it stands for, not the flag, but it stands for an ideal that we have accepted. The coat of arms, you will know Ghanaian will ever sit down for the coat of arms to be disrespected because of the ideal behind. In the same way, Hindus, we don't worship idol. We worship the ideal. The ideal behind. People are making statues of great people in the past. NRD. Why? Because of the ideal the person conveyed. So whenever you see the image there now, you remember something that the person is giving. It's just to remind you that this exists.
So you're about to meditate, you know exactly that you are a Shiva devotee or something.
Yes.
And you know exactly the kind of lines to use.
Yes.
Because that is
this is the lines.
You should know which ones to use.
Which ones to use and all this. So the moment you see the multi or the image, the moment you see it in either picture or in a form, it triggers your mind that you are in the presence of the holy. Without anything, how will you know you are in the presence of God? So even in the church or temple or mosque where there is nothing, they have put a flower there.
Okay.
They have put a flower, or there's a cross, or there's the crescent moon there, just to tell you that you are in the presence of the holy. In Hinduism, the SWAMIs, we have a seat that we sit on, but we don't, like in the normal term, the altar. The altar is for God. So the SWAMIs, though they are holy people, they have where they sit. And we dedicate that altar for God alone to be there. So a human being does not go to sit in the position of God. Unless the SWAMI is teaching, that one, you have a different setting for that. But in a temple where we do worship, the altar is there where we have the image there. The moment you enter the temple space, any Hindu, naturally, without even any thought, the mind itself changes. The mind naturally, it changes that, no, where I am is different, because the whole place is different. The whole place, the ambience, the energy, everything there is different. So you realize that you are in the presence of God. So the image there reminds you that this is the form of God. So from that point onwards, you bow down, and then your mind is fixed on the form, so that you take it higher. That is why Hindus have this motive. So everywhere you see, especially when you go to India, we have God gives us food. So when there are places you go, some people are sponsoring that they give free food to anybody who walks. Nobody will ask you, where are you coming from? You just go and then eat. But you will see them having a picture there. Yeah. That is called Annapurna.
They have a picture
a female
around it. They have candle lighted.
They light the incense, everything. It's to make the place pure and holy. And the form is Annapurna, God in the form of a mother giving us food. So all food, everything in Hinduism, we see it comes from God. Everything in Hinduism, it comes from God. So before we do we just pray and then eat. But the food itself, we give thanks to God as it is the food itself. So we even pray onto the food and then cherish the food in a different way. So we have a form called Annapurna. It's a female. So especially in India, as you said, everywhere you find it there, because they see God in everything. Everything it is there. And everything has different forms.
Wow. Wow. I'll be grateful, but before we sum up, if I move to this temple and I want to follow this worship, the focus is to change my perspective as far as the concept of God that you can be concerned. Then doing the right thing becomes the way to go.
Yes.
Before, if there are assistance you need,
yes,
as far as spirituality and the things around you is concerned, you are aided. Is that it?
Yes.
Can I also make a move and say, I am going through a certain challenge, I want to come and see the SWAMI?
Oh yes, you can come.
Okay.
Anybody can come. But coming to see the SWAMI, of course, you have to call first to at the same whether not booking is that you want to come, so you are, but whether the SWAMI is available or not. Okay. So they would you will be informed that Swamiji is available at from this day to this day, so you can come. Then you'll be asked, when are you yourself coming? So that he will be informed that you are coming on the, this person, Swamiji, this person called, that also with needs some personal problem.
So you discuss that one-on-one counseling with people when they come?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it is done. Until one time, day and the time you are coming, you mention, then the Swami will be, okay, the person can come on this day. And you are expected to also come, because he may be going somewhere, because of the time you mentioned, watching, waiting for you. So people are free to come, but I will request them that they should first call on the number on the screen, and then for the book. No, he's not paying anything.
No, booking means
like informing that. So on book time or whatever. It is free. You don't take anything.
So if I come and sit here, waste your time for an hour or 30 minutes, I get that, I shouldn't give you anything.
If you want to give, you give, but there's no charge for coming to see. But of course, every religion says that don't go to the holy place with empty-handed. So of course, but there's no charge for that. Of course, there's been so much cost that I have to be charging, but it does not. There's no charge. There's no charge for it. It's in Obiaba. But in actual fact, when the person comes, I myself have to give the person something.
So, you don't entertain when people are coming to see you. People come with a lot of issues.
Yes.
Are there things you don't want to hear?
Yes.
You don't entertain.
The first and foremost, don't come here to lie. Otherwise, you expose yourself. I have a saying that you can even lie to God but you can't lie to yourself. Because in your mind, the truth is there. And you only know about 1/10 of your mind. The rest is known to somebody else. They say, okay, you go like the same way you keep. So when you can, the first and foremost, don't come here to lie. That is one. Two, the person should prepare his mind. Now, when obi bano kind of problem, it is like adesia, a song. Now you have laid it in front. You have laid it. When you do that, leave it there. And so, what kind of problem? Okay, don't worry. We'll look at things for you. Go and do whatever you are going to do. Instructions said, go and do it. The next one is that the person should clear his mind before coming.
So you set good intentions.
Good intentions before coming. Because if your mind is, of course, you have problems. You need to
calm yourself down.
But you calm yourself down. Because before the problem came, before you went into that, it did not exist. No problem. Now it has come. So you have an agitated mind. So in the same way, it will go away also. So you calm down, come with whatever problem that is worrying you. Uba, you say it. Of course, there are so many other things too that minka say ichiwadi. But the person should not go and have some sex before coming. Before coming. When you do that, nobody can actually help you in that way. And two, what do you call it? Sincerity. Correct. Sincerity is very, very important. So when you come, it will be like a discussion. But while the discussion is going on, if you are lying, then it will be bare, it will be known that you are lying.
My bizarre question is about daily. I'm also not pass maybe I'm better with the Indian man as a Hindu near early morning. Structure not the same.
Yes. As a Hindu, and as every Hindu is expected to wake up by 4 a.m.
Okay.
Then we have what we call asanas or yoga asanas. It is like exercises, but not just normal exercise. So yoga asanas are postures, physical postures that you go to. It is no, that is before that.
Okay.
That is before that. The basic one is Surya Namaskar, salutations to the sun, 12 steps, which also means that the 12 movements of the sun. And this exercise, taught complete body structure from top to down, realign, readjust it in a proper way. There are so many others, so many over thousands of these exercises. But every person, a Hindu performs this every morning. Then there's what we call pranayama. Pranayama are basically breathing exercises. But there is something in the air that we breathe, not oxygen. There is something in the air, or let me say there is something in the oxygen that we breathe in, which is called prana. That is called life force.
Okay.
So this life force, we regulate it in our system. There are 5. Actually, there are 10, but 5 main ones. There is one that goes into our brain, mind. The another one that stays circulating our blood and then in our stomach. The one that brings out from the waste materials. The one that also digests our food. And see, this pranayama, the Hindu will perform this to cleanse his system. Then after that, then he sits for meditation. Or japa, because meditation is a different thing. Japa means when we use the mala or the rosary. So with the name of God, Yankoponi Din, and the person uses to pray, or the person sits for meditation. Then this will happen by 6 a.m. It is done. Some people do it also after bathing, he comes to sit for meditation. After that, around 5:30, the person will go through these exercises. Another person be so or no first, and sana watching for meditation. Depending on the person's own routine. Then at 6 a.m. we do what we call RT. So we wave light. Then I'm mixing it because some temple and then home. At home, say nippon or altar, obey light. Only altar after the meditation, the person will prepare and then go to work. Say if you saw infants or a pensioner, until after the breakfast, he will continue with his chanting or meditation at home. So in the temple space, after worshiping and everything, still those who are staying in the temple, the priests and the SWAMI of them will do their personal scriptures. Then, like here, 7 a.m. we teach, we learn.
In the morning.
In the morning, here 7 a.m. Now we are learning the rituals. So I am teaching how to perform the rituals, different kinds of rituals.
Pujas and all that.
Pujas, yes. All of them. So it is every morning, 7 a.m. and then 4 p.m. it's also done. Okay. Then 5 p.m. we learn the other chanting also. Then and some a personal study. You have your own scripture that you can.
Catch a bit. Sorry. Muslim sanity.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. On Sundays, we start at 7 a.m. Yeah, fire rituals. Sunday and Opano. By 7:45 we finish. 8 o'clock we do Arti. Arti is waving of light. Into year and you see a part of Hindu rituals maybe. The year we are 8 o'clock teachings. Okay. Tonyum. Yeah, we have what you call bhajans or kirtans. Kirtans. Yes. Inti yatonyum ni na ansana teachings na koso. Ebiso ha teachings na bansana nyom no akoso. Ewia ye bie kwan to homa obi a questions bia otimi bisa. Na so that because in Hinduism no, if your doubt is not cleared, keep asking until you are satisfied. Otherwise, keep asking, but don't argue. Yes. Within the week, be a question be a then find say oh 2 kind weekend na, and once this person can come. Obetimi ebuku aba ebedin komo any that questions be we will discuss it. Wow. These are the daily routines, and you embrace 6 o'clock RT is also done. In temple worship, some temples will do it 6, some places 7 o'clock. But at home, in Panangasa, a bit me fixing the time. I would be nursery. Every Hindu at 9 p.m., sometimes 10 p.m., depending on the person's preference, a bit nursery in a meditation before sleeping. Okay. Because when you remember God before sleeping, you have a good sleep, peaceful sleep.
That's number the good speed na se no otie nti no wa opese oba bi hia no menim se wo dey adwin fine ya adwin kan eba the clearance of intention na benya da je na wotie number no da ho wo charge bibi for somebody coming to see you
David
free and even the no say or yes obeya do e dia kwanda
yeah and kwanda ho so we are onankasa ne open not here or there
mo get me money do. Don't come here empty-handed. At least, baby, I better with your power. Then nipa be bad na say because come to be able to share man to so but don't come empty-handed. At least coming to sit on the time. You no man the man you are giving it to the house as yes. Baby or way. Yes.
And because some they can say we take care of a lot of children. Okay. And paying for. All this from the donations are without charging. Until na ebobu anu na edihwe nkolani ade.
Wa kra be donation wa sem be bo anu so. Yes. O hwa afofra yi sha bebre wo. On to be gama sorry. Bye for now.